Welcome back. This is Empower. We are focusing on how to reflect on self as matters of toxicity is concerned in the workplace and also at home, or as we interact with other people, because it's not just at workplace. You also go home, we have friends, we have other people that we relate with. Just think about it as we move forward. Terry, now we talk about self-reflection. How often do we do this?
If you want to be in a very conducive environment,
yes,
in a enabling environment, you don't want to wait for someone else to come and bring that.
Yeah.
Start from you. So how many times, how often do we do this? We need to make it very often. As I've mentioned myself, I try to, not daily, I wouldn't say I would do it daily, but I take time. And you do not need a whole arrangement for you to do that. There are those times that you just find yourself alone.
It's true.
Can you utilize that time rather than thinking about the negative things or the bills that you need to pay, or other, the world is presenting a lot of, adversities and negative things. Rather than reflecting on all those other things, can you take just some few minutes to reflect on yourself, so that then, as it's not a one-day thing. Actually, even as you reflect and as you find out some things, you may not find them with one instant. It's not a one-sitting thing. When we were talking about disengaged or toxic employees in our last discussion, we said that this toxicity of these employees, as I am a toxic employee, if I reflect and realize that I'm toxic myself, I will also fall victim of the same. So that understanding can push us and can help us, and appreciating that as much as I am pointing fingers and as much as I'm looking at others, if I am the problem, I will also fall in the same trap. I will also fall in the same environment. I'll feel bad. So you can imagine if you feel bad from being in a negative environment, how does it feel when you change your behavior and someone else changes theirs, as you just said? If we all change, be intentional in changing, then we will be fitting. Not only at the workplaces, even in other relationships. Even with our spouses, our children, and that's why we talk about the emotional intelligence. You have to be very good, to have a very good emotional intelligence, because that's why we talk about social understanding, social self-awareness, self-awareness, so that then you can know, how am I feeling? What makes me happy? What makes me feel bad? And when you have that self-awareness, then you go to the social awareness. How does my actions, my feeling, my attitude affect the social, the other people that are surrounding me?
A quick question comes to mind. I've sat down. I've ticked the boxes.
There are some yeses.
Some yeses iko pale, looking at me, whether I want to agree or not. Because we know I don't take yes, I know it's a yes.
No, it is a yes.
So how do I move on from there? Because I want to change. I want to become different now.
You don't just go thinking and thinking yes, and then you are like, okay, I'm toxic. You have again to be intentional on how to change that situation. Remember we said what you're not changing, you're choosing. So you have also to again have strategies to change. As we said, it doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't.
Behavior, the same way behavior doesn't happen overnight, the same way to eliminate that kind of behavior, it might take time. So you have to talk to yourself and have your own strategies on how to change that behavior. You can even put some timelines. You can even put some reminders even on your phone that I want to, this is how I want to change it. Seek for help. Look for ways that works for you. Remember, we are all unique in our own ways. We are different in our own ways. And coping mechanisms are different. So we have to look and understand who I am as Terry, who you are as Beatrice. This is what you are. This is the state that you are in, and these are Beatrice you want to to bring up. That transition, you need to be very intentional and have strategies on how to change, on how to to get there. you can do all the reflection and find all the faults that you have and desire to have another thing and another Beatrice,
Yes.
but without you being acknowledging that I need to change. It is time. I can't continue like this. And convince yourself that
Yes.
as Beatrice, I want to have a better environment for myself and my colleagues, or for myself and my family, for myself and my community. I have to change. Acknowledging that bit,
Yeah.
you know, and being accountable of your actions will be very key for you to change and to create a better environment.
You know, when you talk about that, I'm thinking of instances whereby it takes also someone to have some virtues. For example, humility.
Yeah.
To be able to, first of all, to accept, yes, I have a problem. This is what I'm participating in. I'm actually a contributor in this matter. It doesn't matter the magnitude, but I'm contributing.
Yeah.
So that ability to accept. And also, sometimes some people may also go the other side. Instead of having that humility and accepting it and deciding to move, some people can be also angry with themselves. And should I find myself in a state where I am feeling bad about it? Because people can react that way.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Seek help. Seek help.
Yeah.
There's power in not. Remember, I think even in the Word of God, there's sometimes that we are not even able to pray for ourselves.
I know.
You can find you in a situation that you just, and we say, as women, we say, my tears will pray, will communicate for me. So when it gets to that point where it is, you're in that situation where you are bitter with yourself, you are even bitter with the situation that you found yourself or put others in, you are not able to do it yourself and to make a decision. Seek help. There are people outside here that are ready to help you. You can even talk to your spiritual mentors.
Yes.
You can talk to the counselors or the psychologists. You know, the confidence, the people who are very close and who you can feel free to talk to. Basically, seek help.
Wow.
And pray about it.
And
you know,
also,
it's all prayers changes. Me, I believe, I am a believer that prayers can change situations. Even when you feel very guilt about yourself, just go on your knees and talk to the Most High. That will be able to help you out of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. That is very good. I know we don't have so much time, but I'm looking at organization now as we wrap up this discussion and last week's discussion. And as a HR, I realize I'm having an environment that is toxic. I'm a people wellness officer, wellness, you know, all those things, happiness manager, you know, all those things. And I realize that I'm facing this environment that is toxic. What can I do?
We said there is that bit of the environment having it and your contribution to that environment. So if the environment is if it is about the environment that I'm working in is toxic, remember what we said last time?
The other time, the options.
There are 3 options. If you're in a position to change, please change. It's not just for you, it's for you and the other people. Remember, HR is about touching souls. It's about souls. I always tell people, as an HR, when you're looking at your workforce maybe of 20 people, look at other people that are attached to those 20 people. If one of the 20 people is mentally ill, you can imagine the other people that are managing that mental illness, the support team outside work. So when you're dealing with people, you have to remember that you're dealing with souls, human beings with emotions, and you know, and not just the 20 workforce that is in the organization, but a whole clan that is surrounding it. So when you want to change, please change, not just for yourself, not just for the 20, but for the whole community. But then there are those situations that you remember, as an HR, you are the advisor of the organization. I always say the HR doesn't birth the culture. The culture is birthed by the executive team. What the child does is nurture and support, babysit. I use that. It's like the baby. If I have a baby, I give birth to a baby. But my nannies, my nannies babysit this. So HR is like the nanny to the organization culture. Toxic or positive work environment. So nurture that baby. So if you are the nanny to this culture that is, you know, what you need to do is point out those areas that you feel are very toxic. Point out to the the relevant parties within the organization. And then that's how you try to change. You have to start pointing out and change. Then if you're not able to change, as an HR, it's very difficult to cope in. You know, we talked about coping mechanism and trying to navigate through it. Yes, you'll try to navigate. But remember, everybody else within the organization as an HR practitioner is looking at you. So if you decide, this is the situation you are in, let's navigate, then you're not helping, not yourself, not the others. So the first word is try and change the situation. If it is not changeable, then maybe someone else will come. Maybe it is not within you are able. Remember what we said now, my values, my attitude, my behavior. If it is not within you to change, because not everybody is a change is a change champion. Not everybody can be able to identify the toxic work, including the HR. So if you are one of them and you're able to identify, and but then it is not within your capability to change the situation, allow someone else to come in. But make sure you point out what is not right. But then, as someone was telling me, Terry, there is no perfect organization. There's no perfect. We agree there's no perfect organization. But then we are not saying all organizations are toxic. Remember, it might be imperfect because of your values, because of what you are aligned to. So having those and being able to make a decision what to do in this environment, then it is very key.
Your parting shot as we close the program, our time is up.
We all want to be appreciated, to feel happy in every environment. If we can only start by me, reflect, change, and look forward to another, a better environment. Look at it not from the what others are feeling or what the environment others are in. Look at what environment would I want to be. And if I change, and Beatrice you change, Kennedy changes, Faith changes, everybody else changes, at the end of the day, we'll create an enabling environment, a place where we are happy, a place where we feel comfortable, understood, and because then, if you do not reflect yourself, they will automatically see you. So it's good to have that self-reflection for you to nurture or to inculcate a very enabling environment within the space that you're in.
Wow, amazing, Terry. Thank you so much for being with us the last 2 weeks. Our time is up. I believe you've learned together with us, and we are going to make the best people. We reflect on ourselves and ensure that the environment you're working in or where we are, even be it our families, we make it conducive for ourselves and for the others. My name is Beatrice Chuchu. God bless you. See you next week.